almost got deleted from his fan base here was Jimbo Fisher, but he rallied the troops here. Big nationally televised game. Shane, we got to give him credit. Texas A&M wins 19-9 over Miami. Is kind of an ugly game in my opinion, but this defense is stellar, and that has been the case basically all season. I think against Appalachian, they got worn out, Shane. They were on the field the entire damn game. But insert Max Johnson into the lineup. Not that he was fantastic, 10 of 20, 140 yards and a touchdown, but he was efficient. And he managed to get the ball to A-Chain, who was just A-Chain and Anaya Smith. Shane, they're the reason A&M won this game aside from the defense, because they were difference makers on the field. They were better than anybody Miami had. A-Chain, 88 rushing, 4 catches, 42 yards, and a big touchdown. Anaya Smith, 4 catches, 74 yards. And that may not jump out to you, but in a slog fest like this, Shade, those are big-time numbers for this offense. And, hey, we said it, Shane. If they lost this game, the season's over. We are a long, long way from competing back in the SEC where we anticipated in the preseason. But this is the first step, Shane. It's baby steps. You're not going to get there overnight. And A&M, to their credit, now they go into conference play with a little bit momentum and solid quarterback play. What was your thoughts on A&M's win here?
This was garbage, Mike. This was a god-awful game to watch. I feel bad for Texas A&M fans. They have to sit and watch that pathetic offense. This defense is legit. Mm-hmm. This defense is right up there with the Georgia Bulldogs right now, and thank God they got them, because if not, they'd be 0-3 right now. Yeah. Because this offense is lethargic. It's embarrassing. They're getting 200 yards a week, and I'm watching it, and it's like, besides Devon Achane, there is nothing. There is absolutely nothing. There is no pulse. If they didn't have a muffed punt, they would not have scored a touchdown. They probably would have lost this game. Yeah. The fact that you needed a special teams moment to beat Miami. Miami is not a good – they're an okay team, but they're not a good team. They're a good ACC team, but that is it, man. I just feel bad. And because you sit here and you watch these games. I'm watching them all. Everybody's watching them. Mm-hmm. I'm watching Bobby Petrino slinging the rock. I'm watching South Florida playing some offense. I'm watching the Volunteers score 60, Bama score 50. It's just points after points, and they're everywhere. They're all in the SEC. And guess who's getting no points? Jimbo freaking Fisher. Hang it up. If you can't do it, you're a great head coach. You're a great recruiter. You have no problems. And maybe it's the culture. Maybe it's it's just Texas A&M is recruiting these people. But the fact of the matter is, you got some talent down there. Get a coordinator, man. Release the reins. Let someone else do this, because your offense is not cutting it anymore. It's not. And everybody's got it. Everybody knows exactly what you're going to do. Texas A&M is going to have a long, long season, and a very sad season if they keep going the route they're going. Max Johnson, I think he had 7 completions. Get the hell out of here. Who wants – this is SEC football. This ain't 1980s high school. You know what I'm saying? This is just hot garbage right now, and I hate it for A&M. Yes, I'm glad they got the victory, but this is a team that, if we're going down a dark alley with Texas A&M roster and Miami roster, we'd beat the shit out of the Hurricanes. But the fact that we're on this field, we make it competitive because we're not playing great offense, and it's just sad, sad, sad. So again, I apologize for the Aggies, and I apologize for anybody watching this. And if national media is listening to this thing, do not put these damn games on at 9:00. I barely stayed awake. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't fast forward it because there's nothing else on. I didn't record it, so they should not be. Texas A&M should be noon here on out.
Well, just to clarify, Shane, Max Johnson, 10 completions.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. He at least hit double digits, but man, it doesn't say much for what's going on there.
He averaged 7 yards of reception. That's the 7.
Okay.
Averaged 7 yards of reception. Golly.
It doesn't say much for the culture or maybe the lack of urgency, Shane, that, the biggest news there in College Station on Saturday, 4 key freshmen suspended from the game Evan Stewart, our number 1 receiver. Marshall, our other 5-star incoming freshman. Denver Harris, the speedster there. He was playing GTA in real life there in the parking lot. And Smoke Bowie, all suspended, did not participate in this game. And it's great that you won the game, but, and I know they're young, they're freshmen, we shouldn't be too harsh on them, but my God, Shane, whatever the hell they did, this was literally the worst time to do it. I mean, whatever they did, I credit Jimbo for at least stepping up and suspending them, because my God, Shane, I mean, his job's on the line, everything's on the line, and whatever happened, but can't have that this type of way. And I think that speaks to behind the scenes, the lack of focus, the lack of just being locked in for such an important game.
Yeah. Again, I don't know what else you want me to say. I'm tired of blaming youth. I really am. And Achane is it. And if he gets hurt, what happens to Texas A&M? This kid is not built to take as many hits as he's doing right now. Mm-hmm. He really is a third down specialist, but he's been put in a 3-down role, and I don't know. I mean, he's one bang up from this being a total disaster. And I will say, I felt like the offense ran a little bit better with Max Johnson. I don't know if you got the same vibe. Yeah. There was a few times I think he should have pulled it, and that's something he's going to learn the more games he plays. And, because he don't forget, he won a whole season with LSU. So he's not new to this, but it's been a minute since he's led an offense. So I don't want to hang him out to dry completely. Mm-hmm. But I think his coach is doing some of that for us already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Aggies did have 16 first downs, but were only 4 of 12 on third down. But here's silver lining, Shane. Bryce Foster, the center, was back in the action, and that's really seemed to help the running game. 32 carries, 124 yards total, and a touchdown. You got to be doing better than that, but that's a hell of a start compared to where you were the last couple of weeks. So, again, silver lining, maybe offensive line and running game will get better as Bryce Foster is back in the lineup, Max Johnson under center.
And I'm going to give my boy DJ Durkin, defensive coordinator, I'm going to give him coordinator of the week, because I'm telling you, Texas A&M defense is legit. And it just, if they were undefeated and they were scoring 40, 50 points, he would get more recognition. But the fact these games are close, the only reason they're close is because of the defense. And that's DJ, and he's got these guys, I mean, they're playing like crazy out there, like their hair's on fire, and I love that. So, and if it weren't for him, there's no way they would have beat Miami. I mean, there's a lot of times, a lot of red zone opportunities here. They kept them out. So, DJ, you're my boy this week.
Jimbo, what was it about Max's week this week that separated himself to earn the start?
Well, he just played with very good consistency, knowing what we were doing in the game plan. He played very consistent, was accurate with the ball, and made good decisions.
And how difficult is it as a coach to make that kind of call 2 weeks?
I'm sorry,
how difficult is it as a coach to go ahead and make that call?
Well, it's very difficult because, listen, quarterbacks take all the glory and all the blame. And I'm telling you right now, by far. And then Haynes had some things he could have done better and played better, and I've said that before. But it was not all him what was going on. And the guys around him could have made some plays at times and blocked and did things too. So, and we still got to get a heck of a lot better on offense. But I thought that was what was best for us to win the game, and that's what we did. But Haynes is still very much in our thinking and what's going on. Practiced very well, and so did Max, and so did Connor.
And for what did you?
After what happened last week, what do you think was the key for your team to be able to bounce back and not let that linger?
Block out all the clutter, move on, go to the next play, go the next day. Don't listen to anybody, and move on. You control what happens to you, and just live in your own little cubby hole, live in your own world, and block everything out.
Go ahead.
Can you also talk about the suspensions and how disappointing it was to have to do something like that whenever you're already trying to get back on track?
It was, and it's had a violation of team rules, and that we'll move on, and we handle it the way we need to handle it.
Coach, can you talk about?
I'm sorry. Okay.
Can you talk about the shot in the arm that this gives you going into conference play next week?
Well, yeah. I mean, you had to win this game. It was a tough game, coming off a tough loss, and now you got. Hey, it doesn't get any easier. So, it's a shot we needed. We didn't need another shot the other way. So we got to keep getting better and just go Saulwood and see what Arkansas is like and go play. Hope we play a great Arkansas team and play them very well.
Coach will stay back in the lights to the right.
And then who they